Good morning, children. Welcome back on your science online classes. This is your science teacher Manju Das. So, let us start. So, today we are going to learn about a sericulture. So, before starting our topic, let's have a recap what we had studied yesterday or what we had studied in the previous class. We had studied about the silk. Silk is obtained from the insect or the silk moth. Silk is the most beautiful of all textile fibers. It is also called the queen of textile. Silk is a natural fibrine, protein fibrine. It is obtained from the silk moth. Yes, and in India, 70 varieties of silks are found. Among that, Bombyx mori is one of the domesticated silk moth. It is the best quality of a silk. That's why silk is called as a queen of textile or queen of fibers. We also studied about the history of a silk. Silk fabric was first developed in ancient China in early as a 600 BC. And after that it is spread all over the India. First it is spread in the Asia and it reached India in 300 AD, and after that it is spread to all over the countries. We also studied about the production. Today China is the leading silk producer of the world. Other major silk producing countries were Japan, India and Italy. So these are the various topics we had covered in the previous class. All these topics we had studied in the previous class. Now today we are going to learn about sericulture. What do you mean by sericulture? Sericulture means the breeding and management of a silkworm for the protection of a silk is known as a sericulture. Means the breeding and management of a silkworm means the rearing of a silkworm for getting the silk for the commercial production is called as a sericulture. Sericulture means the rearing of a silk for obtaining silk for the commercial purpose. As silk is called as the queen of the fiber. It is a very luxurious in nature. It has a very shining characteristic. Yes, Bombyx mori is the domesticated silkworm and it is the species of the silkworm which is reared. The lifespan of this silkworm is about 2 months. So let us study about the life cycle of a silkworm. So the life cycle of a silkworm has 4 stages. First, egg. Second stage is silkworm. Third stage is pupa. Pupa is also called as a chrysalis or a cocoon. And the last stage is a moth, adult moth. After pupa it changes into the adult moth. So these are the 4 stages. A female silk moth lays 100 of eggs at a time. These eggs are first kept in a cold storage for about 6 weeks. And after that they are laid. After that the eggs are bathed in a warm water and air dried. Then they are incubated until they hatch and becomes worms. Hatching takes place about near about 30 days. This tiny worm is about 5 to 6 in meter, or we can say that 1/4 inches in length, and it is white in color. This delicate silkworm needs a lot of care and a silent sanitary environment for its survival. Means it needs a peaceful environment. These worms are placed on a bamboo trays covered with a straw mat and a layer of selected, finely chopped mulberry leaves. The greedy worms is said to be grown about 30 times of its initial weight in the 6th week of feeding period. During this period, the silkworm shed its skin 4 times. When the worm ceases to eat, it attaches itself to a piece of straw and begins to spin its cocoon. This spinning of a cocoon in continuous thread, it takes about 8 days. The amount of a usable silk in each cocoon is quite small, and about 5,500 silkworms are required to produce about 1 kg of a raw silk. That is 2,500 to 3,000 cocoons are needed to make 1 yarn of a silk cloth. So that after that, silicon, a gum like a liquid from the 2 openings under the worm's mouth. Yes, that worms has a 2 opening, 2 mouths, and from that mouth it secretes a gum like a substance or gum like a liquid, and that liquid covers whole body. Slowly it covers whole body and causes the fibers to adhere to one another. These filaments get harder on exposure to air. When this liquid comes in contact with the air, it becomes harder. The silkworm covered itself with this filament, and once the cocoon is completed, it sleeps for a 15 to 20 days under the cocoon. It covers whole body with the cocoon, and under the cocoon it sleeps for a 15 to 20 days. Then the cocoons are collected, and to get silk thread, the foremost step is that to stop or to kill the insect inside the cocoon. Yes, between that 15 to 20 days, the cocoons are collected and it is dipped into the warm water, so that whatever the insect is inside the cocoon, it is killed. Then only we will get the long length of a fiber or good quality of a cocoon. Otherwise, what will happen? If the cocoon completes its sleeping period, then it will burst the cocoon and it comes out, and the fiber or the silk which we obtain will be in shorter length, and it will be not of a good quality. So in this way we had studied the 4 stages of the silkworm. What is that 4 stages? First one is a egg, second one is a silkworm, third step is a pupa, and the last one is the adult moth. Yes, just now we had studied about the 4 stages of the silkworm. So what are the 4 stages? First one is egg, second one silkworm, third one is a pupa, and fourth one is the moth. So for that one video is there, please pause that video, it will be more clear to you people.
Life history of silk moth or rearing of silkworm. The lifespan of a silkworm is only about 2 months. The life cycle of silkworm has 4 stages. First, egg. Second, silkworm. Third, pupa or chrysalis or cocoon. And fourth, moth. Eggs are kept in cold storage for about 6 weeks after they are laid. The eggs are bathed in warm water and air dried. Then they are incubated until they hatch and become worms. Hatching takes about 30 days. A tiny worm, white in color and about 5 to 6 mm, that is about 1/4 inch long, hatches out of an egg. This delicate worm needs a lot of care, and a silent and sanitary environment is a must for its survival. These worms are placed on bamboo trays covered with straw mats and a layer of selected finely chopped mulberry leaves. The greedy worm is said to devour about 30,000 times its initial weight in the 6-week feeding period. During this period, the silkworm sheds its skin, that is, molds, 4 times. When the worm ceases to eat, it attaches itself to a piece of straw or climbs the branches of trees or shrubs placed in the rearing house and begins to spin its cocoon. The spinning of cocoon in one continuous thread takes about 8 days. The amount of usable silk in each cocoon is quite small, and about 5,500 silkworms are required to produce about 1 kg of raw silk. That is, 2,500 to 3,000 cocoons are needed to make 1 yard of silk cloth. Sericin, a gum-like liquid, exudes from the 2 openings under the worm's mouth and causes the fibers to adhere to one another. These filaments get hardened on exposure to air. The silkworm covers itself with these filaments, and once the cocoon is completed, it sleeps for 15 to 20 days. The cocoons are collected, and to get silk thread, the foremost step is to kill the insect inside the cocoon.